The concept of NOMA, non-overlapping magisteria, is actually pretty simple. Science has its realm of knowledge, religion or spirituality has its own realm of knowledge, and never the twain shall meet. But this is just simple bullshit. Indeed, it's quite impossible. Now, I can almost see NOMA working if all we're talking about is human spirituality, the realm of meaning and morals. If that is all we're talking about, well, I don't see NOMA as entirely accurate. The separation is closer to, say, psychology versus physics, but I'm willing to go with it. But if we're talking about gods, I'm sorry, but NOMA is demonstrably crap. Let's take a look, shall we? Many religions claim that their god made the earth. They never really say how, so I assume some sort of divine sorcery. Thing is, that's the formation of the empirical universe, which is the domain of science. Even if all we're talking about is deism, I could still stop right there. NOMA has just been refuted because God has had an effect on the empirical world, and there's your overlap. But no, there's more. Take the Old Testament myths, like Noah's flood or the parting of the Red Sea. These are obvious manipulations of the empirical world, the world of science, and therefore NOMA is refuted. Take the Immaculate Conception. Knocking a woman up is an empirical scientific act that took place in this world, in the realm of science, and thus NOMA is refuted. The same can be said of pretty much any biblical miracle. The resurrection, water to wine, walking on water, healing lepers or the blind. These are all religion treading upon the realm of science, thus refuting NOMA. Take biblical accounts of God having spoken to people. Even if God spoke entirely in their heads, this had an effect on the empirical world in the form of brain chemistry changing to accommodate new knowledge in that human mind. God trespassed in the empirical realm, the realm of science, and therefore NOMA is refuted. Some people might say that this one is reaching, but the truth is that if God has manipulated even the tiniest quark or lepton, the most minuscule of quantum parameters in this universe, then God has affected the empirical world and has rendered NOMA invalid. Period. The only way that NOMA can be valid is if the existence or non-existence of God is completely moot, because this God has never interacted with our universe, not even to create it. NOMA is only valid if God is or might as well be imaginary. And the truth is, I expect the fundamentalists at least to agree with me on this one. They won't want their God relegated to an intellectual pursuit. They want their God magical and interacting with this world. NOMA is just an attempt at a ceasefire between theists and rationalists, which unfortunately requires that one deny the actual claims of religion. All NOMA does is allow the religious to have an out when someone tries to refute their claims, allowing them to shift the playing field. The problem for fundamentalists, of course, is that nobody has ever been able to prove that there is a God, and that this God has ever done anything at all. So not only does NOMA fail, but fundamentalist rejection of NOMA fails as well. I'm an atheist because that's what the evidence supports, and not because of ideology or preference. I have a very difficult time understanding how anybody honest can think any differently.